Hey everyone, how are you? I'm the Doc Bob Lee. I'm your host, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. Now, you can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Got a whole lot in store for you. But leading things off, our first guest is a reverend and host of the Black Business Means Business. It's a reSURGence Conference 2023. He's here with us today to speak about this conference and why it's so important in our Black and brown businesses, churches, and nonprofits. Please welcome to the show, the Reverend Dennis Dillon. Rev, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Bobley. My pleasure being with you, sir. It's good to be on Open, and it is certainly good to see you, sir, and I salute you for the great work you continue to do.
And you too. The last time I saw you, we were doing our Harlem Week together.
That is correct.
We're always meeting in our community. I always see you out in the community with your sleeves rolled up, working on something. What are we working on this time around?
Well, I tell you, we're excited about the reSURGence 2023 conference. It comes up in November 17th and 18th in 2022. And it's interesting, Bob, because the whole concept behind this being reSURGence 2023 is we really don't want this to sound like an event or feel like an event. It really needs to be a movement towards a new economic renaissance. And we're talking about a Black economic renaissance. Yeah. So we're certainly committed to this.
Yeah. And so you need about a year to put it all together, right? To get everybody moving together in the same direction for that common cause. Oh, how did you come up with the idea, Rev?
Well, I tell you, the concept of reSURGence is an interesting one because we've looked at where Black businesses have slipped to resulting from the pandemic. And certainly when we go back and we look at the historic, disadvantages that Black businesses and the Black community have endured, the fact that we don't have the same access to capital, we don't have the same access to franchising opportunities, dealership opportunities. We have to work so much harder and fight so much more to get the opportunities that others are getting. We want to create a reSURGence movement. We want to, at the end of the day, as the government from the White House all the way up to the State House and City Hall are saying, let's bring back businesses. Our focus is let's bring back Black businesses and bring them back better. It is sad when I look at Crain's New York Business Report the other day to find that there's 0 Black businesses listed among what is supposed to be the 25 top minority-owned firm in New York City. 15 years ago, there was 11 Black businesses on that list.
Now there's none.
No, there's none.
What will this conference look like? You know, people attending the conference, what should they expect?
Very key, and I appreciate the question because it's such an important one. There are 8 doors of access that is limited. That's the theme of this conference. Access to funding and capital. We will have over 15 lenders that will be there. So everybody who's looking for money, if you're just going into business, if you've been in business for 2 years, if you've been in business for 20 years, there are lenders that we're going to match you up with. There'll be micro lenders, there'll be macro lenders, there'll be the big banks like Chase, like TD Bank, and there'll be small lenders that will lend small monies. Even there, we're also doing a special program through this, Dr. Bob Lee, that is called character loans, so that even if you don't have the credit worthiness, recommendations from your clergyman or your elected leaders can actually give you a loan. So that's just one of the doors to access to new markets, emerging markets, access to government and corporate contracts. Again, over 15 government agencies will be there talking about how you do business with them. So I don't want to go through the entire list of 8, but we're excited about these 8 doors of access that will certainly provide opportunities to our communities.
Opportunities unlimited.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So where can Black and brown businesses or Black and brown business people go to sign up and join into this conference?
They can go to the website. That's probably the best place to go. reSURGence2022.com is where they can go register. They can sign up. We do have just a little bit of room left for businesses who may want to come showcase their products, link with other business to business networking. So it's going to be that kind of a room that we're providing. We're excited. Actor Malik Yoba is going to be with us at the conference. One of the areas that we're heavily focused on is affordable housing development, and I stress development because again, we're encouraging more Blacks to get into the business of developing affordable housing, as well as developing commercial real estate, developing market rate housing, because at the end of the day, everybody's developing. Others are coming from all over the world, developing in our neighborhoods. And so this is really about challenging and charging our communities to let's get out there and let's really begin to take our fair share of opportunities, particularly opportunities that are being made available now.
Yeah, I love the way that you're putting things together. I've worked with you so many times in the past with the New York and Christian Times in Brooklyn, and you put that together years ago, and it's still functioning today, right? Talking about all the wonderful things happening in our community.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just grateful. It's been 30-something years, Bob, since we've been doing the Christian Times, and I'm laughing because I remember when we released the first edition, June 1990. And to my surprise, I was a young kid coming out of college, coming into Brooklyn from a little suburban town called Englewood, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And a Daily News reporter came by to interview me when the paper came out and wrote this story in the Daily News. I can't forget reporter, the religion editor back then, Bill Bell. And Bill Bell wrote that this is like a David against Goliath matchup. and he gave the Christian Times a couple of years to survive. He said, you guys probably will last a couple of years. And of course, he was looking at statistics from the perspective of the mortality of a new business, particularly in print media. And the Christian Times been around for 30-something years. At one point, we were literally an insert in the New York Daily News in their Sunday edition. So, we're just grateful to God for the blessings and the growth over the years.
God is good. Where can we go to find out everything that you're doing, and especially about this wonderful conference in 2023?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, nychristiantimes.com is always a source for information and resource. So we encourage folks that they could go there for information, and very, very truly, very directly, very specifically, we encourage again everyone, reSURGence2022.com for information about this reSURGence conference. Everybody should come. Clergy leaders, not-for-profit organizers, developers, and certainly if you're in business or plan to be in business or want to be an investor, you definitely should be there. We're also, by the way, linking, as I've taken Black business leaders to the continent of Africa, we're bringing some African business leaders and investors with big monies to invest. We're failing to recognize the amount of monies that even African business people and individuals have to invest. So it is that kind of matchup, Dr. Bobley, that's taking place, and we're excited about it.
Reverend, thank you so much. Of course, you're the pastor of Rise Church. Is it in Brooklyn or?
It is Rise Church, New York in Brooklyn. Yes, downtown Brooklyn.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rev.
Bless you, man. And you keep up the good work, Dr. Bobley. Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you too. Reverend Dillon. Yes, Dennis Dillon. We appreciate you. We'll see you very, very soon. All right, we'll take a quick break. You got it. All right, we'll take a quick break right here. I've got more open coming your way next.